Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Simple Vector Knight tutorial. In this lesson we'll learn how to create the details for our knight character's armor. So let's start by creating the visor for our helmet. So I'm just going to zoom in here by pressing Ctrl and the plus key on the keyboard. And to create the visor we're going to use the pen tool. So let's go ahead and create a visor by clicking points here like so, and then once you're happy with that shape we're going to change this from a fill shape to a stroke by clicking these arrows here. And now what we're going to do from here is we're going to change the stroke. So let's make the stroke thicker. So let's click on the stroke button here, make the weight of the stroke thicker, and let's change the profile of the stroke into width profile 1 like so. And with that we can now start adjusting the visor. So let's go ahead and bring this down slightly. Let's adjust it so that it's a little bit more, a little bit longer. Cool. And once you're happy with the way that it looks, select the stroke, and what we're going to do is we're going to make this into a shape. Now to do this, make sure that the stroke is selected, go to Object, Expand Appearance, and this will turn the stroke into a shape, as you can see. Next we'll want to Control C and then Control V to copy it, and I want to make this visor white and then place this visor on top of it like so, just to give it a little bit of depth. Now we can even zoom in a little bit here and select certain points and align it to the top, just so that these points connect, and that's by using the direct selection tool. Cool. So now we've got our visor here. Let's zoom out. Next thing we want to do is we want to create the top of our helmet. Now to do that, let's go ahead and select the rounded rectangle tool, create a top here like so, and let's go ahead and choose the right colors. Just going to create one here, and let's make this a little bit bigger. Now if I wanted to make this bigger, again let's bring a shape in, make it bigger, and I want to make a smaller shape here like so, and let's make this a light color. And now I'm going to align this to the center. This is too big, so in order to make this smaller I need to bring that shape back in, make it smaller, and now we can make it a little bit longer. Make it smaller again, just so we've got some space between the left and the right of that. And let's bring that a little bit down. Cool. So now we've got a top here. In fact, we can now use this shape. Let's make this bigger, and I'm going to color this in red, and let's bring it over here like so. Cool. So now we've got a top here. Now we want to add some details like the hair coming out from the top here. Now in order to do this, we'll use the pen tool, and now let's select the right color first, and we can create some flames. So let's create one here. So click and then click and drag to create a curve. and then create a point here, then click and drag to create a curve, and then let's go ahead and create a point here, and a point there. So there we have a simple hair shape that we can adjust like so. And if we wanted that corner to be curved, just use the direct selection tool and then curve that out. I'm just going to copy that, paste that in, and I'm going to arrange this to the back, or send to back. So see this, arrange, send to back. Just going to place one here and a smaller one here, like so. Arrange, send to back. And now I'm going to select the same one, so copy and paste, and I'm going to make this one bigger. And let's go to arrange, center back again. Zoom out slightly. I'm just going to use the selection tool here to adjust the shape of the hair like so. Cool. Just one more small one here. Excellent. So now that we've got the top of our knight, the next thing we want to do is we want to create the sort of flares for the shoulder of the cape, the top of the cape here. So let's use the same thing. So in fact, let's go ahead and choose a circle first. And we'll want to sort of cover the shoulder here. And using, in fact, let's send this to the back. Just place this in the correct area. And then using the sort of shapes that we've created here, we can now just sort of place this as we want it, like so. So we've got one here. In fact, let's turn this around. So we've got one here, and let's copy that. And let's place another one here, slightly smaller. And let's make sure that these are sent to the back as well. So arrange, send to back. And just move that slightly down. Alright. Just slight adjustments to the shape. And we'll want to create another one at the front here, just to show that the cape is also going across the chest. So let's go and flip this. So reflect, flip vertical, and you'll see now we can create a sort of overlap here, like so. Cool. So just going to make this slightly bigger. And we can also use the direct selection tool to adjust the way that this looks. Cool. Once we're happy with that, we can go ahead and select all of this. Control G to group that. And don't worry about this overlapping the shoulder for now. We can fix that later. And paste this. So copy the group, paste it. And let's go ahead and flip this. So reflect, vertical, and we're going to put this in roughly the same place. Align this horizontally, and now let's ungroup the arms. Let's ungroup the arms so that we can select the shoulder pads again. And selecting the shoulder pads, we can arrange and bring those to the front. Excellent. So the next thing we want to do is we want to create the sort of neck guard here. So let's go ahead and select the ellipse tool, create a perfect circle. I want to create two circles. So one which is dark here, like so, and copy and paste, place this one on top, and this one will be that color. So just let's make this close together, and we want to, in fact, let's go ahead and select all the objects for the head, including the visor. So all the objects for the head, and group that so that when we place this, or when we place both of these shapes on top of the head, like so, we should be able to select the group, arrange, and bring that to the front. Excellent. So it's the same with the shoulder pads. Let's select the shoulder pads and the cape here, and let's arrange and bring those to the front as well. Excellent. So the last thing we want to create now is the cape for our character. So to do this, let's go ahead and select the red color, and I'm going to use the pen tool for this again. And in fact, before we do that, let's go ahead and move these closer together and bring the head to the front. I'm just going to use the pen tool now, and in fact, let's choose a different layer. So let's lock this layer here, select a different layer, and bring this layer to the bottom. And now, because this layer is locked, we can't actually affect our character. So making sure that layer 2 is selected, let's go ahead and draw our cape. So just going to draw a cape here. So just one point here. Click on the anchor point. Draw another curve here. Click on the anchor point just so that we can create a nice sharp corner. Just going to create a curve here, like so, and then the cape coming back up, like so. Cool. Now we can use the direct selection tool here to adjust the points. Just adjust the points slightly, moving the handles, just to create a better curve. And now what I want to do is I want to duplicate this cape, so Control C and then Control Shift V to place it in place. And then we're going to press I on the keyboard, select the dark color here, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to create another shape. So in fact, using another color, let's go ahead and choose this bright color for now. Just going to create another shape on top here, like so. And using this shape, select both the new shape and the dark shape. We want to go to, in fact, it's not here. Let's go to Windows, and we want to find Pathfinder. Now with Pathfinder selected, we can actually add this here. So using Pathfinder, let's go ahead and select minus front. And by minusing the front, you'll see that we've got our cape behind and our cape in front. Cool. So that's it for this tutorial. In the next lesson, we'll go through the conclusion of the course. See you all there.